our photo for the week. We always our photo ops for the week. So how this works is I'm gonna round robin any questions. Did anybody submit their questions, or are we doing it on the spot, which is totally fine? Okay. You did submit yours, Melissa, or is it on the spot? I didn't know if
I did not.
Okay, that's okay.
I will do them on the spot if that's.
Yeah, on the spot's fine. So if you know you have a business question, put it like me over in the comments and I'll go through the comments. And if you know what your question is, you're also welcome to type it up so you keep your place and your mindset, or write it down beside you. So we're just so happy to have everybody. Let's jump in. I would do intros, but as the group kind of grows, when I call on you, why don't you tell everybody what it is you do so all of you can also connect off the live call, okay? One thing I want to say though is I really recommend everybody pick up this book. I've made my way through it a couple different times. If you've not studied it, I do think this is a really good way. And I mean, I teach a shortcut version of this through my Freedom Planner method, and you guys have access to that. But with it being the last month of the year and with the new year approaching, I actually believe that when you focus on the right activities, which that's one of my main things here, is you can make more income in 12 weeks than 12 months. And then essentially then you're putting 4 years worth of effort, like not effort, but like just really prime, like intentional time. I really believe you can make more in like the next year. That would be like what most people make in 4 to 5 years or more. Okay. Right. So this is a great resource. It aligns with things I already teach you. So I do recommend you grab this book. And ideally, quite frankly, what I would do and what I'm doing. So when I say what I would do is I would read this by this weekend and use December as day one, because like this is the time of year to press in when everybody else is going, oh, it's family. I did my best. No, you did it. We still have a month left of this year. Okay, so let's kill it, right? Let's slay it all day. All right. Hey, April, great to see you. April, we're kind of matching today.
I just noticed that.
Love it. I haven't been wearing my red lipstick as much, mainly because it gets everywhere when I eat, and I do love to eat. But for all of you, let's do this. So, okay, I'm seeing that you guys are, yes, wearing black too. I love it. Oh, Carrie almost wore black. Rachel's got some. I mean, I always wear black. If you're gonna match with me, a safe bet would be black. Okay.
Right.
Okay. And then Keely says she'll be on in a minute. When everybody gets on, then we'll take a big screenshot whenever you guys are ready for that. And for now, I'll just go through questions. Let's go. Who was there? Who said it first? Which thing did you want me to repeat again, Rachel? This is from before. Sorry. Hey, Jessica. And then Keely's saying she's there. She's going to fill out the perfect squares. This is like creating all the chats. Okay, who has a question? Who wrote it first? Keely says, I'll be right there. I know, Carrie, you said you have a question too. I didn't know if I'm missing that somebody else wrote one. So Carrie, you go ahead if you'd like. And then if I miss somebody, just, raise your hand, put it in the comments.
Well, Melissa said she had one too before I said that. So it's fine.
Okay.
She can go first.
Okay, Melissa.
Yeah. So a quick one, hopefully, Tiana. So loves reading the video or watching the video and everything yesterday, the social media that we talked about. So thank you. So helpful. The spreadsheet that's in there, I wasn't sure. I mean, I can recreate my own, but I know you have that tracking sheet. Is that something available? Okay. Or maybe I just overlooked it. So
no, you probably didn't. I don't think we uploaded it yet because I need to actually template it. So I'll get that to you and to everyone. I'll explain what it is. Hey, Keely, good to see you. I know Keely's like off traveling the world right now, right? Are you still out in the US with your mom right now? Is that right?
Yeah, we're in Vegas. We leave this morning, so I hopped on here before packing everything.
Yeah. Well, we're glad to see you. Okay, I'm going to answer your question in a minute. Everybody ready for our morning picture? And then I don't have anything really clever to put on it. Just smile or do whatever pose you want to do, okay? I'm going to count to 3. We'll get our group shot, and then I'm going to answer Melissa's question and give you guys all the present. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I like that. I like when people just pull up props out of nowhere, like the cat, the dog. There's like a child. I love it. Melissa and us did a
Yeah.
one-to-one call yesterday, and what she's talking about is something that's really aligned with what I'm really going through my resource center for all of you. I'm going to get it together by tomorrow, so you guys can have time this weekend to plan December and really go for some big goals. The thing that I believe in is tracking anything you want to grow. So, for example, it's proven like when you track your finances, you usually spend less and make more. When you track your calories, you usually eat less and exercise more. Hence, I take my watch off because I want pretty jewelry for his, but usually during the day, I'm wearing my iWatch mainly for steps and really tracking, making, and it's weird when I wear it, I do move more because it's like get up and I'm like tracking my steps. So that's the main reason I even have a watch, because I live by now clock timing, just so you know. I'm not a fan of like time. Time is, it's an energy for me. So the thing is that anything you track, what you focus on grows. Everybody say that out loud and memorize it if you haven't already. What you focus on grows. Okay. And so anything you track, again, sometimes it means you make more of it. So I have done this multiple times where I've tracked my numbers for not just finances, my social media followers. And what is really interesting is every time I do it, so I have a document, I'm going to template it for all of you. That's why it's going to take me a little bit more time. And please, when I share it, please, everybody say it with me. Make a copy first. Everyone, make a copy
Make a
first.
copy first.
Yes, yes. Awesome. So when you make a copy first, then I don't have to, I'm going to have a backup just so you know, and I never want to like shame anyone if they start like, I'm like, but I will. No, I'm joking. I won't. But there's always a backup to the backup, but make a copy first. Everyone knows. Okay. It'll be in red. So anyway, every time I've done this, like if you start tracking your Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, what is crazy is even if you didn't do anything different, which you will subconsciously, like your brain's going to work for you, it starts to grow. It's crazy. It's like magic. It really is like magic. And the reason is, if you've not watched this already, side note on resources, watch Bob Proctor's The 11 Forgotten Laws video. So I know I've recommended his book, but I do highly, highly recommend that video. And like, you better like have a pen and paper out. You can listen to it the second time walking or vibing, but you kind of want to be focused and be like, oh my goodness, why didn't I know all this before? There's universal laws in place. One is gravity. There's physical laws and there's spiritual laws. And one of the spiritual laws is essentially like what you track grows, and also you reap what you sow. So when you're reaping, what we're going to talk about is income producing activities. You can't always control the outcome, but you can increase how fast you hit your goals by more activities, but not just being busy, activities that will actually move the goal forward. And the great part is all of you are in the right place, because I am a marketing guru. Yay. I am your guru. I know Tony Robbins says that I'm not your guru. I'm like, no, I am a marketing guru. I am. And I'm here to share it with you because it works. Okay. So we'll talk about that. I'm going to give everybody the tracker who's excited for the tracker. You all get the tracker. Okay. I also have another tracker. Grace, we put it down. I've never shared it before and I've never customized it. I have a gold tracker I will also give to all of you. And really, we'll probably talk about that one next week at the beginning of the call, because that one I actually need to guide you through. But I'll give you all the trackers that are self-explanatory, and we'll tag all of you guys in the group chat. Cool? Okay, so Melissa is coming. Was that your only question?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was. Yeah.
It helped everybody, right? This is the power of positive community, is like, you're probably like either, oh, I didn't even think of that, or, oh, I've been scared to ask that, or I struggle with that too. And then we don't feel so alone. Cool. Awesome. Okay. And then Carrie, you're next, right?
Yes, I was making notes. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. So I know we've talked about this before, but I'm still trying to get my brain wrapped around a 3, 10, 10, 3. And well, even if I rewatch the videos, it's still just, I don't know, it's not sticking.
Okay.
Quite right. So I think I just need like a little bulleted reminder list type of thing.
Probably see me in The Secret.
Oh,
Well,
I'm
we're
so
going
sorry.
to
I like it. No, it's okay. Like, you're giving us the preview of the Bob Proctor. I could recognize his voice. I love Bob Proctor. He passed away, but he lives a very long, beautiful life helping all of us. What a gift.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
Carrie, okay, 3, 10, 10, 3. Raise your hand if either you also have a question about 3, 10, 10, 3, or you have a hard time sticking to it for some reason. Let's help Carrie out, not feel alone over
I had
here.
questions yesterday, which is why I asked a
Yeah.
ton. Yeah, with Tiana, but
Okay, so to give you a little history of why the 3, 10, 10, 3 works and why I'm not just like making something up is I have done social media marketing research for big companies, celebrities, as well as startup entrepreneurs. Speaking of tracking, I used to post 10 to 12 times a day for myself and 5 clients daily. So I really don't have compassion on one hand when people complain about 3 posts. I'm just going to be real. I had a newborn at that time and a 3-year-old, and I was doing it for multiple people every single day. And I had a routine for it. You weren't complaining, Carrie, but I'm just nipping that in the bud right here. Okay. Because what I'm sharing is a method that works even without ads to help you hit the goals you say you want. Everybody knows that it's this or that. What do I mean by that? Okay, well, it's either you do sacrifice something to get that. So maybe you sacrifice a Netflix show to post for an hour, communicate for an hour, so that the next month you and your family can go on a vacation. Or you sacrifice now, you don't want to work on the stuff, you get in your comfort zone, you don't want to face reality, and you sacrifice income then. So you're either and the truth is I'm going to ask you to sacrifice your comfort zone. And if I trigger you, understand it's not what I'm saying that's triggering you. It's something in yourself that you're uncomfortable with, because I'm not your enemy. I'm your friend and I'm your advocate and I'm your coach and I love you. And that's why I'm going to share the truth with you. Okay. So back to, and I'm talking to everybody here. I'm not just talking to you. So when I was posting for everybody and all these people, startups, local business, online coaches, all at the same time, I had a very unique perspective and it still works. I still try it out. It still works every time of what the back end part of these analytics look like. And it works for everybody. So everybody say it with me. This works for everybody, including me.
Everybody.
including me.
Okay.
Yeah. I see a growth already. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it's
But
going to work. Now, who in here cooks? Raise your hand if you cook. Val's like, no. Who bakes? Okay. Anybody ever left the baking soda out of the baking thing?
Sugar.
Yeah. Right here. Like,
Sugar.
what? Who's ever left an egg? A couple eggs out? Like you did everything else. It was all these like ingredients. Yeah. Did it turn out okay? Just one ingredient changes everything. So what I want to tell you is the minimums are the 3, 10, 10, 3. If you take one of those elements out, you will not have the same success. So if you want consistent growth in your business, even when you're running ads, I still believe in the 3, 10, 10, 3. That is just so you know, those numbers are baseline. And I'll explain what they each mean. I will go over this. And Grace, I'm going to make this training. We're going to replace it so that everybody really has this fresh training. I'm going to get my phone out. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. Okay. Again, but the thing is that you just have to go into this knowing when I am about to give you these numbers that I want you to picture me in a horrible marriage with a newborn, nursing her, and a 3-year-old posting 10 times a day for 5 people. So literally, if you complain about 3 posts a day right now, I'm serious. I don't want to hear it. Is everyone clear on that? Because what I'm telling you is you're saying you want a 6-figure income, a 7-figure income, an 8-figure income. And I say to you, great, post 3 times a day to an audience. And I'm going to show you how it works. Like, I'm not here like, trust me blindly. I have stats and facts for this for a decade, actually 12 years straight on this, 12 years. Okay. And so this is not guesswork. It's worked for Sony. It's worked for Warner Brothers. It's worked for musician celebrities. It's worked for startups. It's worked for Pilates studios, fitness studios, lawyers, investors, real estate agents. Are you getting the point? Okay. So that's number one. What I want to say is it will work. But the problem is if you leave an ingredient out, And if you don't do it consistently, and what I ask you to do is when you're creating this as a habit, is to print out the 30-day calendar, and is it to do it 30 days in a row without any missed blank spots. Because what you're really doing with that is also building your personal self-confidence. If you keep breaking promises to yourself, you're the one who's not to be trusted, not Tiana. So this really is all on you. So if you guys aren't committed to that, but the truth is I know you're committed to it because you're showing up here every week from your busy schedules, from business owners in all these different time zones. So I know you're committed to your success, but I want to encourage you to release the little voices in your head that say it's not going to work for me. Yes, it will. I'm going to give you a few more stats before I dive into it. I also used to run Facebook challenge groups before they were a thing. Okay. And one of the ones I used to run before I did my Scale Your Biz boot camp and those for other clients was a Facebook challenge boot camp. And the cool thing is I can tell you it's Facebook, but it works for Instagram too. Okay. Are you ready for this? I wish I had my old computer with all the screenshots, and I might have it all in the cloud. I had folder after folder after folder. And what I would tell them to do would be 3 posts a day for 5 days. And I said, you cannot run ads. You have, because I would have prizes and I would give away prizes on Friday to the person who grew their page. And here's the thing, it was based on percentage. So I even had people who came in that group. I did this for years, probably 4 years, and I ran it 2 to 3 times a year. So when I'm telling you, I have stats from around the world from over and over again, whether they were startup or scaling up, because it's based on a percentage of growth. So it doesn't matter. And a lot of people were just starting their Facebook business page. They'd take a screenshot on Monday. They'd take a screenshot on Friday. They had to do the 3 posts a day, and they could boost a post for up to $20 was the budget I gave everyone. Because I said, like, I don't want anybody spending over $20, and not everyone who won even boosted it. They just did good content. So what's crazy is every single person who would do the challenge always had incredible growth. I'm talking between 100%, 1,000%. And one time a lady was 1,000,000% growth in 5 days with no paid ads besides maybe a $5, $10, or $20 boosted post. Because here's the other thing with Facebook and like talking ads on here, like I have a guy for that. And if you ever want to hire us for that, we can talk. But the thing is, even boosting a post at that time, and I do need to check on the stats, only 1% of all Facebook business pages don't even spend $1 on any advertising. So what you need to understand is you are rewarded for your organic posts. And even if when you throw $1, $2, $100 at it, you are boosted up way more because only 1% of Facebook business pages even advertise. So this is what I'm trying to give you, a full picture of marketing. And this is not just entrepreneurs. I talk to companies. People are missing out. I was talking to a guy who has an 8-figure income as a coach and has never used emails because he doesn't know how. So he has all these leads in Go High Level and they convert just from those ads, but they're missing out on a gold mine until they get emails, which we're talking about that. So he's aware. But what I'm saying is very few companies and entrepreneurs even have their full pieces. So what I teach you in Automate to Dominate through funnels and email marketing and daily social media marketing is truly a circular circle of life. Okay. So any questions about that before I dive into the 3-10-10-3? Does that help you understand how it works, why it works though, when I tell you what to do? Cool. 3 posts a day, 2 posts, 1 video. I like to do my video first. Why does that convert the best? I'm not talking about longer videos. That's on top of a 1-minute tip of the day. Right now, people are consuming these 1-minute short form videos more than like anything. Okay. So what you need to do is I run it through TikTok because it has easy captions and it does the pop-up things. They have all these kinds of text. It reads it through really quickly. I make my video in TikTok. I then take it over and I share it to my reels on Instagram and Facebook and my stories on Instagram and Facebook. And also I do recommend you start to grow your YouTube. Everybody write that down, even just start now. And I upload my short to YouTube. Okay, everyone with me? If you deny doing the video tip of the day daily, you really are just shooting yourself in the foot. The posts are great, and you actually also do need posts. They are very helpful. People consume information in different ways. There was a Harvard study done years ago, and they gave the example that even different speakers and presidents and like royalty, like when they have to go out to do a speech, different people would say they either needed like orated, like somebody told it to them, their assistant. Some people needed to read it. Some people needed to like scribble notes. And because they didn't have video at the time when this study was done. So there's video, there's watching, and that's hearing. There's also reading, which is like reading and writing. I prefer this personally. So I actually like having the captions because sometimes the captions are also important. So if somebody is watching you and they're at work and they can't have the sound on, they can still get the vibe, or it's at night and their spouse is asleep beside them. Okay. So you want to give people the full gamut of the way they can learn and ingest your information. So that's why a video is essential. I'll talk more about that. And the posts are call to action posts. Let's write this down. That call to action posts are sign up on my email list. Here's my freebie. 2 is here's a free strategy call. That's a sales call. Or 3 is buy this thing. If you have a low ticket offer or you've been in the middle of a launch, great. Here's a book. It does not work very well. It does not work near as well as sign up on my free gift. In order of how it will convert, just so you know, across the board, free gift is number 1 by far. I'd say 80%. 2 would be schedule a free call. Again, they're usually already on your list at that point, and then they see you again on social media. And 3 would be buy from me. And this is why we don't run ads to workshops, even really live workshops. That's an exception, like a 5-day event. Ideally, you want to be running ads, if you are running ads, to a free gift even, not even the live workshop. And then you can email your leads who are already on your list about the workshop. Does all this make sense? Yes. Is this helpful? Okay, so this is how this actually works. I will give you visuals, but I want to talk to you. Okay, the videos, this is where I see people not being consistent. 1-minute tips of the day. This is not a webinar. This is not a long form. It's because of the way we're consuming content in 2023, but it's been this way for about 3 years. I did my own challenge to myself about 3 years ago, after reading Gary Vee's like newest book at that time. And he essentially was like, him and Grant Cardone actually both inspired me, the whole 10X thing, like post 10 times a day instead of once. Like if your competitors are posting once, I actually still believe in that. More is more. I understand some people will tell you that's not true. That's not true. More is more in social media and even email marketing. A lot of times people are like, oh, just weekly. When I go through the emails from people who are really killing it through email marketing, they're almost emailing people daily for years. So more is more. Everybody say it with me. More is more. You need to be a celebrity and you just need to walk in that. We're all unique celebrities. Everybody think of lots of different kinds of celebrities right now. There's men, women, all colors, all sizes, all shapes, and they all have something special. You need to understand you are a celebrity right now, and you need to hold yourself like that. And you need to understand that they can unsubscribe if they want. I don't even track that. I really don't care. Go away then. I don't have to pay for you on my list. What you have to focus on is I have something to deliver to this world. It is valuable. I am here for a reason. I am not backing down. I am not shrinking myself. I am a light to this world. I don't care what people say about social media. I will be the light in the darkness. I will unfollow, I will delete, I will block, and I will not engage with the enemy. And the enemy is you. It's your fear. It's your insecurities. It's whoever your family you say is following you and blah, 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 blah. Nobody else is paying for your kids to go to college than you. Nobody else is paying for your dream vacation than you. So unless they're raising your kids or they're paying your bills, you got to get them out of your brain that it matters what they think on social media. No, you're a light. So yes, I have a rampage about this because all of us together can actually make an incredible difference on social media, just us 9. Isn't that powerful? Because when you start to be the light and you don't complain about others and the darkness, like you ignore it. Do you understand? When you complain about it, you give it power. So you ignore it and you just shine bright. And you're like, I know people are dying. I know there's war in this world. I know there's homelessness. So take your time and money off social media, the freedom you have earned, and go help them. But you can't help them if you're one of them. Understand that once and for all. So it's time to up-level yourself and hold yourself like a celebrity. And I promise you, you are the one who is going to get your PR deals. You are the one. Okay, I've used these skills for years to book my own paid gigs, TV, film, advertisements. And I have some stats to share with you from a publishing agent I talked to last night, and it will blow your mind. And I don't want it to discourage you. I want it to encourage you to dream much bigger. Because if you don't quit, you will reach your goals. Say it with me. If I don't quit, I will reach my goals. Yeah, you guys can unmute. Come on, this is depressing. I'm like, I don't hear anybody. Come on, unmute. Say it out loud. If I don't quit, I will reach my goals.
Yeah.
Isn't that exciting?
My goals.
And do you know what's really cool is when you like really align with yourself that like this is just what you're doing, and like you actually get there a lot faster because it magnetizes you. It becomes that like that really, really strong magnet. Okay, so the video, who's convicted, they have to do their video. Stop being insecure, stop overthinking it, talk to them like you're talking to a friend. Do you guys not go out to eat or go to coffee or do things because you're so obsessed with how you look? I sure hope not. So don't obsess about all those silly things when you get on camera. Do your best. And this is part of why I do dress up for camera. Cause like I was watching back some of my videos. I was like, no. And so, I mean, you get to do, but there's tons of people who show up in pajamas and do good too. Like you figure out what works for you. I'll tell you what works for me. I've tested it both ways. And believe me, I convert way more when I dress up and show up. And you know, April, you did a great post that talked about because April does styling. And didn't you say something like it takes the same amount of time to get dressed, whether you're wearing a nice outfit or a frumpy outfit, essentially?
Yes.
Right? And so like, and look, we all have days and that's okay too. Like if you watch my Instagram story, I was walking in the rain and I just had this beautiful moment and I shared it. I had no makeup on. Who cares? It's not that you have to show up like every time done up, but because people actually like to see behind the scenes. But it's also saying when you are showing up for a webinar, for a coaching call, for a sales call, that you are actually a professional. I understand we're in this day and age, but like, I promise you're going to get paid a lot more if your brand and you're the first extension of your brand that people see looks a certain way, because it's just the truth. We live in a world that is very visual. It's not just men, it's women too. We all care. And we even subconsciously make split-second judgments. So just hold yourself like you're going on a date with your dream partner and they're rich and they're loving and they're kind and they're generous. And that's how you should show up. Don't show up like you're like, I just know it's gonna fail again. I'm like, well, it probably will. It's not gonna be fun for anybody. Okay, so that's the 3. Let's talk about the other 10s and I'll show you behind the scenes. You need to be growing your network daily. So your network will reflect your net worth. Let's all say it. We all know it, but let's just remind yourself, my network will reflect my net worth. It is who you know. It is who you know. And it's not just who you know, it's who knows you. And it's what they think about you. Are they willing to go out of their way to help you, to hire you, to refer you? So an easy, so easy, I get so excited about it, way to grow your network every day is to just get on social media and go click, 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 and just add some people to your circle. It's the same as a farmer. Okay, so I was thinking about this call all week because I usually do. I'm always like, oh, mention that. Okay, so one of them is like, pretend you bought an acre of land and you're a farmer and you're planting corn. And you've got 100 seeds and maybe only 50% of those seeds actually grow and only like 25% actually go to fruition because maybe there's bugs and there's weather. So there are controllable things in your life and there are uncontrollable things. But you up your like way to hit your goals when you can up the controllable things. So let's now talk about you as a farmer, your first year, you have this acre, you take, instead of using all that money, you put it back into buying more acreage so you can have more seed in the ground. Are you guys with me? That's what spending a percentage of what you make is going into marketing. Okay, you're on this call, you're already getting it, but you have to do that so there's more seed in the ground. So the next year, there's 5 acres, there's 1,000 seeds. Do you guys see what I'm doing here? It's the same for all of you. I can tell you to go 10, add 10 people a day. But if you go crazy and you add 100, you won't be the crazy one. You'll be the one laughing to the bank. Seriously. So I'm giving you minimums. I'm literally giving you maintenance numbers. The cool thing is the 3 posts a day don't need to change. If you want to up your results faster, the 3 you need to change is the 10-10-3, and we'll talk about it. So adding people on social media. Ideally, Facebook groups are my personal highest converter, so I can just speak to what I know. I absolutely have gone into Instagram comments and gone into people like Amy Porterfield's comments or Lewis Howes or whoever author that you follow. Like, I mean, you could go to this guy, tag them on there. Like, you can see who's following them. But ideally, Facebook groups are great, and Facebook groups that you bought into, meaning like I'm at Ballot at Tony Robbins event. So let's say there's this Facebook group, Bal, that's like Unleash the Power Within. This doesn't work as well for a local business, but it also still can. There's different kinds of Facebook groups. For example, I'm in a Facebook group that's free. It's called Mansfield, Texas. And oh my goodness, if I had a local business, and I've even helped some of my local business owners out in there because I'm like, I'll be like, oh, it was such a wonderful experience at Hawaii Fluid Art. You guys should check it out. Do you see what I mean? Like, so you can have friends, you can have people help refer you. And if you guys did not watch Alex Hormozzi's video on like leads, you should go rewatch that. And I have it saved if you need it. I don't know if I can re-share his stuff, but I mean, I can give you a private Loom link. You're my buddies. But anyway, his book is great too. Like the book with the Audible. But the point of it is, like, I was doing this before. The Facebook groups, local business, we're just going to use Facebook ads, Bal's on, like, I'll take care of that. Like, you don't have to worry about that. But what you need to still do is you need to also protect you as your brand. So Bal, like, you're your brand above even the company you're doing. So let's say you're in this Unleash the Power Within group with 90,000 people now. Oh my goodness, you guys, 90,000 people. So I'll show you guys how to go and add that in a minute. Okay, let's go through the other 10. Everyone with me? Add at least 10 people a day, at least. Side note, if you are doing Facebook editions and not Instagram or LinkedIn, because also you can buy a LinkedIn thing. I've never had that much success with the LinkedIn one, even the paid one. If you have, more power to you. It doesn't seem to be where my ideal clients are, just being real. But I do still make my presence there. I do still have it on the notes, like on my phone when I'm posting. I do post majority of my posts still there. And sometimes I do have a lead. So to me, if it just takes that extra little second to do it, it's worth it because you do never know who's watching. You do. You never know who's watching, who's following you. So why not just take that post and copy paste it one more place? April, go ahead.
So for the 10 and actually the 3 posts, is that like per platform every day?
Yes, it is per platform
Okay.
every day.
Okay.
The 10 is not.
Okay.
Ideally, it would be. Yeah, it would be per platform. But we'll start with 1 for that. Now the second 10, and then I'll come and get more questions. The second 10 is the one that most people skip, and that's why you're not going to make the money. It's the messages. And there's just this weird thing where you think you're spamming people. And the problem is there's a lot of hate and canceling going on for people who message people. One is this: even if you did cold DM somebody the way that all the other people are doing, you don't deserve to be called out for that. Everybody's in business online. If they're not and they're just hanging out, why do they care if somebody pitched them? So one, I have a problem with the cancel culture around that. And I really hope that none of you will ever participate in it. It's rude, it's mean, and it's not treating others how you'd want to be treated. They're probably cold messaging you. Maybe their family is hungry and they're desperate. So like, I'm not going to ever be rude to somebody who does that to me. Sometimes they are weird and I will just delete and block. And sometimes I say like, thanks anyway, I'm not interested. Because the truth is there are some who can get quite aggressive. And also there are some who will like follow my friends and message my friends. So I use discernment on if it's someone who's I've been following though. Like I had a lady who's really sweet. She signed up on my list and she was really pushing a pampered chef party. And it was really cute. And honestly, I really missed the mark. I was actually going to buy some stoneware from her because she's been so sweet to me. But she really, like, you could say it's like, would you think about it? I'm almost close to my goal. Like, She's just a lady trying to win some Pampered Chef. Like my mom used to sell Pampered Chef. Where's our compassion? And I will just say it's like so much nicer to have compassion. Don't you guys love being loved and love sharing love? Like, can we bring the love back? Like that one Black Eyed Peas song, like, where is the love? So when you're doing your messages, and I'll give you some techniques on it, raise your hand if you want more love in your inbox and you want to share your love online. Does it like does everyone just feel a relief immediately? Like, oh, like it's like, whatever. I have more than enough time. Sometimes I'll encourage them. Sometimes I'll reverse pitch them. It just depends on the person. But I don't call them out because I've also been there. I've been there when I was learning how to message people before I understood the vibe and the energy. And I really was just trying my best. And I did want to buy my kids Christmas presents. So who am I to then get to a level that I'm at and then look down on people because they're trying to climb? No way. I will give them advice. Sometimes, like I said, though, not like there's not time to give everybody like all your time. That's not what I'm saying. You guys understand that you need discernment, and deleting, blocking is absolutely also appropriate at times. But also sometimes what's appropriate is saying, is even posting for them. I don't know. That's between you and your intuition and your heart, but please don't take it personal. So why I can come to the table with integrity around messaging is because I do love on others and I don't feel bad if I message someone. So one is I don't message people that I've never messaged before with a sales offer, with the exception if they asked for it. So there are times where I've never messaged someone, they asked me for info, they've been following me, and they either like or comment on a sales post, a sales call to action post, back to the post. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then I will message them like, oh, hey, Pete, like, so glad to see you on here. I saw you requested info for this. I'd love to learn more about you and share with you that offer that you requested info on. That's the exception. So this is why it's actually super important to have consistent messages each day, because no, we are not just being like, hey, no, never, 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 never. Everyone just say it with me now. Never a hey. Never a hey. You do need to be intentional, because if it's just a hey, and let me share a story real quick on this. So one of my new clients, I did cold message him on Instagram and I did close a huge deal with him. Okay. And the thing is that I first asked him on my podcast. So anyway, he was already signed at this time where he shared a story with me. And he essentially said that like his thing is he gets hundreds of messages a day. And most of them are just, hey, and then, or I want to be mentored by you, but they're not asking for a specific ask. They're not offering to pay him. They're just wanting to pick his brain. So you have to understand that the culture, why is that most people is take, take, take. But what you have to understand is if you're showing up with the 3 posts, and this is why position it first is, it's value-driven posts, right? It's education, it's inspiration, it's value, it's entertaining, it's fun. It's all those things when you're posting. It's from your heart. You pretend like you're already a multi-millionaire, billionaire, and you're showing up to this audience that's just waiting for it. And you get to give, like, that's how you show up every day. Then when you message people, honestly, you should think of it the same way. Like, I only have time to message 10 people. Who will it be? Who shall I share my time with today? And it's not because you're better than them. It's because you do have limited time, right? As we all do. So the mindset is that you're messaging them. One, you're starting with messaging the people who liked and commented. So let's get to the strategy on this. You're messaging the first people like over the last day. If your posts are good and your audience is growing, you should be starting with the people who liked and commented on your posts. That's who you're messaging. And you're like, hey, thank you so much for engaging on my fill in the blank post. Would you like any more information about what I do? And what are you working on this week? And always close it with an open-ended question. And you guys have templates to all this. I've given it to you. With me? Everyone with me? Any questions about the messages? Now let's talk about the 3. This is where you need to be a little bit more gutsy. You do need to be making your offer known every day. And that's a 3 call to action messages. I don't mean the list. I actually mean a sales call to action. Very specific. You need to go through the people you've been following up with. or people messaging you and you need to say, hey, not sure you're interested. I've got this special going on where I help people get to 100K in 100 days. And it's a one-to-one program. Or you can even say your course. Hey, I've got this new course I just released. It helps people automate leads and sales. Not sure if you or someone you know might be interested. That would count. And you can release the pressure. You can use sales terminology. There's a great book. This one, I think. And I have another one on my Audible that essentially gives you some good like strategies on releasing the pressure for people. So like, hey, not sure you're interested. That's a great one to lead with. Like I know Hormozy talks about like, hey, do you happen to know anybody who, and you don't even say, not sure you don't even put it on them. Hey, do you happen to know anybody who would like to make $100,000 in the next 100 days? I've got this proven new program. I'm offering a couple audits this week. Let me know if you do. I also offer a referral bonus. If any of you got that message from me, wouldn't you feel dumb saying no to that? The only reason they wouldn't reply is twofold. They have their own triggers and they are going to take it personal. Number two is they're intimidated. Number three is they're just freaking busy. So there's a bunch of reasons. But the point is, it's nothing to do with you. All you can do each day is your part. But if you stop doing your part out of fear, laziness, lack of self-discipline, you're not going to hit that. And that is the money you say you want. That is the freedom you say you want. So this is tied to that. Does that all make sense? 3 posts a day. 1 is a video, 2 posts, value post. You can switch them up. I'll show you visually in a minute. Let's repeat this. 10, add 10 new friends or people to your network daily. Everybody say it with me. Add 10 new friends to your network daily. Can you control if they add you back? No, you're lucky at 50%. So 10 is really back if you're lucky. Everyone with me? This is why the daily consistent action will help you compound. And then the other 10 is 10 intentional messages a day. They don't have to be salesy, but you're following up with people who are liking and commenting on your posts, which is why you must be consistent with your posts. Number 4 one is the 3 sales call to action. You got to get out there and you need to just send it. And if you want, you just make a message that day and send it to 3 people. Just cool. Like that's your minimums. That's your minimums. Let's talk about math for a minute. If that's your minimum, 3 times 30 days equals 90 posts. And depending on if you're boosting any of these, this can mean thousands and thousands of views. Everyone with me? 10 ads would probably be at a 50% conversion, 5 a day times 30 days, which is going to be what, 350? 15? It's only 150. Math, it's great. 150 leads, new connections. Everyone with me? Then 10 messages, this you can absolutely control. So that would be 300 reach outs a month. 3 sales call to action messages would be 90 asks a month. That's not enough. You understand that when people do insurance and things like that, that they're required to call 100 people a day, and I'm telling you 90 for a month. So the truth is, what everybody else teaches, Chalene Johnson, Sabri Subi, Alex Hormozy, whether you do this yourself, this is okay. 3 posts, sure. I'm just letting you know. I took it down for doable getting started numbers. I do recommend you do this 30 days. You're not going to get the same results if you did this because I want to show you this. So this would be 90. I love that this thing is like over here. Let's see if it'll move. Come on, move. Move. Okay, whatever. 90. 100 times 30. You can see the difference. Honestly, even if you did a month of this, even if you weren't like, okay, I'm just doing this for 30 days to like get my business off the ground or to make money here in December to end my year strong, this is what I personally recommend. Now, it's time versus money or both. So how could you get 3,000 new ads? Okay, run some ads. Okay. So if you don't have the time, but you have cash flow, you could take care of this one with advertising. This one you cannot take care of the messages. And quite frankly, even with ads, it depends on the business. Like a car business is different. If somebody sees the ad or a local business, people will convert faster typically because they're going into something. The difference with all of us online primarily is there's a trust factor. So it's proven that about 3% are ready to buy now. And what are you doing with that other 97%? And this is why social media and email marketing is so essential. I like my spelling today. Like I'm all hyped up. I'm like, it's essential, existential. Anyway, does this all help everybody to understand like why this works? And so, Melissa had a question yesterday that said like, well, how do I know I'm like reaching the right people? Because your audience is going to tell you. And by looking at insights of your ads, and actually there's a great training Brandon did that I'll just recommend rather than going into it. My ads guy, let me Grace, will you put it in the thing? We'll reshare it with you guys. I actually have a whole landing page with it where Brandon did a step-by-step. We did a whole training on video view advertising. And also, if you don't already have hired us for that work, we can do that for you. And we can look at budget versus goals. But it's not worth it unless you have some kind of budget to run your ads to, like $1,000 a month, quite frankly. Instead, what you'll want to do is, I'll show you just briefly, is you'll want to look at the content of the posts that are getting like insights, like that are doing well for you. And let me go find that really quick. And I know you can't see it. Are there any questions on this though, before I show you this? So by naturally, not this screen, I want to share the other screen. By posting more regularly, this is how you get insights, right? So on Instagram, what you'll want to do, and you can do this on Facebook too, but it's just easier and faster to find it on Instagram. You'll go up here to the 3 and you'll go to insights. Did you see it? I know I went really fast. Okay, let's do it again. There. And then there's insights. And again, this is why it's really important you're posting daily, because if you've not been posting regularly, you have no feedback. This is the numbers, why I led this whole conversation with tracking your numbers. Everyone with me? Okay, insights. And again, you can do it on Facebook too. So you can go to see all on the content. This is the last 7 days. But if I go to like the last 3 months, you can see which post. This one I did put some ad money into. You see the difference? This is why money can help you compound your effect, like your goals, right? But even these are organic. And you can see like, I mean, I don't have huge numbers, but they definitely grow when I pour ads into it. But then you can know what your audience is looking for from you. So the things that do good for me is just a bunch of quotes. Interestingly enough, like a sales page. Videos. I mean, it's all the content I post. This is what I'm telling you. So this is like this is a value-based post, right? This is a video tip of the day, right? So then if I wanted to, I could go click on it, go find it in my feed, and I could boost that one and I could do a video view ad. But the point is that this is just organic numbers. And then up here, you can see a couple so I don't have my whole ads account connected here. This is just a couple I boosted. This is not the same as my Facebook ads account. Does that make sense? So does this help everybody? Is everybody clear on the 3-10-10-3, why it's so essential? If you watch my training, I do teach you step by step how I go between TikTok to Instagram. But the point is more is more. Stick to the plan. Don't question the plan. Just do the plan. And then you come to me after 30 days of doing it every single day. And if for some reason it didn't work, I've never had that happen. Not once. The only reason it wouldn't work for you to get sales and things is if you left an ingredient out. Like one of my clients is really good at posting. She will not message people a sales call. Well, so that's good that you're posting. You're not going to close if you can't get on a call and you can't close a sale or you don't have an automated sale. Like that's just the truth. So that's a sales thing. but this makes selling a lot easier. Like I had a message this morning in my Instagram from a very successful man, another person I met at Tony Robbins. I met Bal at Tony Robbins. I met some really cool people there, you know, self-development. This is a part of knowing your ICA. Where is your ICA hanging out? I met Keely at Tony Robbins also. Like, I mean, it's so fun, not expecting all that. Now there's amazing people in our group in my life that I get to learn from as well. And Keely, I shared one of your posts. I don't know if you saw that because I just like loved it. It was so on point. And I was like, yeah, I need my single ladies to follow Keely. And you know, it's not just that like you pay me and you're in my life, like I love you in my life, like you're a part of my passion, right? So like your success is truly my success. It's more yours because you're doing the work. I'm helping, like I'm over here like helping, but I mean, you still have to show up and do certain things, right? Because it's your business. But like I actually care. Like if it's not clear, I really care a lot. I'm like, do it, please. But anyway, if you leave an ingredient out, friends, and if you're not consistent, imagine you were baking a 30-day cake. Let's say you're a farmer or a gardener and you have to plant it on December 1st and you don't see it until January 1st. And every day you have to follow this, like you have to water it 3 times a day and you need to drop 10 little vitamins on it. And then you need to blow on it 10 times. You're just like, and then you have to like, I don't know, give it 3 little vitamins. Okay. The 3, 10, 10, 3 is what I'm saying. If it's not abundantly clear, I'm not really like one for analogies. I'm like, this is what it takes. I'm direct. So let's pretend it was. And like, but if you miss one day, it won't bloom. But what if it was blooming $1 million money tree? Like somebody gave it to you and they're like, listen, this is a magical $1 million money tree. Everybody raise your hand if you're interested. I'm like, I'm very interested. In 30 days, it will bloom with $1 million $1 bills. Like, so it's going to bloom, it's going to bloom, it's going to bloom. But all the bills come out at the same time. And in order for all those bills to come out at the same time, you have to do every little thing for 30 days. Who would be doing those little things every single day? You're like, drop everything and do those things every single day. Do you understand? I am giving you $1 million plan. And maybe it doesn't take 30 days. Maybe it takes 12 months. But whatever amount of time it takes, I'm telling you right now, if you just do this thing, it will work. I'm giving you $1 million money tree. Really. Oh, I forgot that this thing tilts.
You have to drop your mic, Tiana. No.
I know. Is it too?
Raise it up.
Oh
No,
yeah.
no,
I'm like
mic drop.
like gently so I don't break my mic.
Yeah, so you don't break it. Yeah. It's expensive.
Exactly. All of it's expensive and worth it. Okay. Who's inspired, on fire, ready to print out your thing? Tomorrow is December 1st. I think it's a great day to start. Today is a great day to prepare.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, who else has a question? Did I answer all that questions like thoroughly? Okay, 11 forgotten laws. I love this. Monday's video, huge bags under your eyes. Nah, I never noticed that. I mean, plus with Zoom, we can turn on a little, you know, little thing, whatever. I heard somebody say, they asked Steve Harvey. I love Steve Harvey. He's so funny. He says the funniest things. They said to him, Steve Harvey, will you ever not wear makeup on TV? He's like, beep, no. He's like, this is my money maker and I will put on the makeup. And it was just so funny. I was like, that's right, Steve. You tell her. It's catty people. Like, oh, will you put like your red lipstick on or you wear makeup? I'm like, yeah, maybe you should. No, I really don't feel that way. I just think it's funny. I watch a lot of comedy. So the comedy is like it's like every night I watch some comedy. And I will tell you when you know, it's the same thing when you put things in, it comes out. I mean, I'm not saying I'm like as funny as a comedian, but I do think funny thoughts, I think that I'm funny. So you can be the judge, but I think I have fun every day with myself. So it's okay. Okay, Keely, you had a question. Can we find people on our email list on Facebook and message them on Facebook? Yes, that absolute. Yeah, that counts as the 10. Okay, so that's a great question. The 10 isn't necessarily the same every day. That's kind of why I said like, okay, so here's the midline that I will tell you. There's another number. 100 is a lot. I get it. in December, if you were really like feeling like I really need to do something, 100 feels overwhelming. 30 is actually a really magical number. And the reason being because there are going to be crossover people and you really need 10 new people a day. So 30 is a nice mid-level that you still are going to, you're really going to make sure you get those sales. I'm just being honest with you. In the beginning, if you've not done 10, you're going to probably get results, but you're going to have to up that number for maintenance, especially if you're not running ads. Ideally, what you want to do is the 3, 10, 10, 3 and run ads. Okay. You want to have a really good system for your onboarding. You need systems for everything so that you're not overwhelmed, but never let go of the daily marketing. Everybody say it with me. Never let go of the daily marketing. No, and weekly emails. Everybody say it with me. Weekly emails. Really 2 to 3 times a week. Okay. So, yes, that can count toward your 10 since these people came from Facebook ads. Absolutely. Anything counts as the 10. Anything. Just like not the same 10 people every day. Like, come on. And this is where it's not just a conversation. It's not just like, hey, how's it going? I said intentional messaging. So I don't know about you guys. You guys have time to be friends, like make 30 new friends a day on Facebook. I don't. So what you're doing is you're caring about people just as that they're in your circle, the same way you go to the gym and you go to the grocery store and you say hi to people. And then guess what happens sometimes? Like, for example, this is a good example. Eli and I were at the gym the other day, like last week, and I was there yesterday, just so you know. I didn't mean that it's been a week. Anyway, so last week is when this thing happened. I'm not judging you. I'm judging me. Okay, so Eli went up to this guy. He was like sharing a machine with him. He's so aggressive with the machines. Like, I waited out. I've literally waited 20 minutes doing jumps so as not to like pressure somebody. And Eli's like, tap, tap. I need to come in here. Thanks. I'm like, watching from the
Guys are
side.
so funny that way. Yeah.
I know. He's also military. And yeah, guys with guys. I was like, hey. Anyway, it's all about energy. I have room to grow as well, I guess, to be more assertive. Anyway, then they become friends. And I mean, they're talking in between the sets, right? And then he's like, oh, you're a real estate guy. And actually I was leaving because I was working on the other thing. I was going to go to the sauna and I walked by him. He's like, hey, do you have a business card or anything? Literally in my gym bag, I have a sticker and I have my business cards. Just so you know. Everyone say it with me. Always be ready.
Always be ready.
The real thing to do is to text somebody, and I've told Eli that too, though, because sometimes, like it wasn't my lead. I would have just gotten their number. So number one is always get their number. Everybody say it with me. Number one, always get their number. You don't leave it on people to like lose your business card or lose your sticker. It's a bonus. It's like, it shows like that next level. I mean, it's 6 a.m. and girls got a business card and a promo sticker. I'm next level and I appreciate me for this and it works.
Yeah.
And he actually texted, Eli ended up messaging him on Instagram and then they did message and he actually texted him like, I really like that sticker from your wife. Because just so you guys know, if any of you guys want it, message me. I think I have all your addresses. I am going to send everybody a little thing. Awesome, Rachel. Good to see you. Okay, so let me scroll up and get to this. So anyway, yes, would that count as 10? Facebook ads, yes, that all messages you. Jessica found me from a post. Awesome. Which post was it?
I think it was that boosted post with the checklist.
Mm.
So I saw that and I was like, I just remember thinking, I'm like, that's a lot. And I worked with a marketing agency and she preaches on like posting 3 days a week and that's like sufficient. And I was like, but this is three times a day. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to see what she's talking about. And I just downloaded it.
I know. And this is why most marketing agencies don't work. And I'll just leave them right there.
Or they just throw money at it. Like I was telling you, Tiana, yesterday,
Yes.
like where it came from, it's just like organic is not, it's like just buy more, but you're spending so much money and it doesn't always pay off.
And you don't get the proper insights because the other
Yeah.
thing is, I don't know about you. Okay, April's the fruit too. That's right. Yes, I'm telling you guys, it's the magic. If I
Me
told you
too.
I had a magical money tree.
It works. We're all here
I
because
went
of
to that
it.
Tony Robbins event to meet people. Let's be honest. I love Tony, but honestly, I'm a little bit introverted. I'd prefer to watch something on a video, like while I'm walking outside in nature or hiking or kayaking. Not joking. That's so my preference. And I actually do it. But you gotta get around people. And look, there's 2 awesome new people on here. And I'm so much more blessed. Like I'm richer, right? Because it's like not just your bank account, it's the people in your life. Like there's no price tag for that, for good people in your life that you care about, they care about you. And then here's what's exciting. You like Keely's gonna get to reach all these other amazing women who need her, and I get to help be a part of that. So I'll never probably meet them. Maybe I'll get to meet some of them, but like she does. But it blesses her. And the same with Val and Cars and Jessica, and Melissa and April and Carrie, and Grace is on the team over here. So we're enriched by you. Like I find people far, far more valuable than money. We do need money to survive and to thrive, but people is to me is the richness of life. So let me go off. So I felt like there was just to clarify, the 3 videos are those posts or stories. Jessica, they are posts. Stories are just bonuses. They are not stories. Oh, so let me explain to you why. Stories are only seen by people who already follow you. I do think this changed a little bit. Like if somebody tags you or then they go to follow you and then they watch your story. Posts is public. Everybody say it with me. Posts is public. And what public means on social media, it means like someone who isn't necessarily already following you, it then can find you. Okay. So new people are going to be seeing you organically. I can't explain exactly how it works because I don't know. What I know is that it works. Does that make sense? So yes, I can give you the insights. I can give you the snapshots. Do you know how Wi-Fi works? How did they run this around the world? Do you know how the radio works? I don't. So what I know is it works. So stop thinking it doesn't work. Of course it works. And the more people who see your stuff is the more people who can buy from you. It's just common sense. Can't. I just can. Yeah, I definitely can. Okay, so if you guys want, I would be happy to take you through some hacks of how to find cool new people who are up leveling. Would you like that? So I know we're over. I'm going to still just train. I'll go till at least 12:15, potentially 12:30, because I didn't even know we were past 12 because I'm in flow with all of you. And this is the real stuff, right? This is the high level. Let me just double check my schedule. Like, just let me double check my schedule. Do I have a call right now?
Yeah.
I usually don't schedule anything till at least 1. I think I'd had a soft appointment at 12:30 with a lead, but they moved to Friday, so it's all good. Okay. So I want to talk to you guys about really fun, exciting, easy ways. I'm so excited to show it to you. Okay, are you ready? There's so many ways. I'm going to start with Facebook because it is my #1 converter. Okay. You've got to buy into a program, whether it's a live event that also has a Facebook group. Okay. Because what you need is a money wall between you and people who are truly serious about growing their business. So you actually need to do some research about your ICA. I know a lot of my ICA likes Tony Robbins, Amy Porterfield, Jenna Kutcher, Marie Forleo, Oprah Winfrey, who doesn't. Okay, so how I can get into those circles is Denise Duffield Thomas as well, but it's like not direct with her. And I think part of that is she speaks to abundance, not just entrepreneurship. So there's a lot of people just into manifesting. That's not exactly my jam because I'm not into like speak it to receive it. I'm into like speak it, do inspired action, make it happen. You see what I mean? I do believe in flow. I believe in being at the right place at the right time, intuition, and upper level things. So one thing I want to tell you guys is some mindset behind the 3-10-10-3 before I share my screen. Please be in a good mind space because yes, you can do the actions, but they're going to be so much more fruitful if you are positive, you are hopeful, you are joyful, and you are coming from a place of love. Okay. So if you're coming from a place of lack or fear or rushedness or I have to make this happen, people can sense that through it without you saying anything about it. It's very interesting. Anybody ever felt that from yourself? Anyone ever been there? I mean, I literally have to fight that feeling because I'm definitely alpha, go get it. I don't anymore because now I just like really enjoy it. So I have a system and systems help you actually get into the flow of it, just so you know, because it gives you peace to know I'm doing something towards it. Okay. So that's one ways to do that. I like to actually gather a fun little quote for my messages and I like to share it with people. That's one of my favorite things to do. Like, hey, I saw this really fun quote, by the way. I thought you might like it as well. That's a really fun way to message people. It's not always what I do at all. Another way to do your messages, just a heads up, that is extremely personal and converts much better is a voice memo or a video. Just so you know, and you need to say their name. I don't do random audios and videos because, again, I think they see right through it. So I actually don't pre-record anything. I want to say their name. I want them to know it is personal. Because again, the 3-10-10-3, you should be killing this in the first hour of your whole day. This should not be at 2 p.m. Let me give you some other parts of this. This needs to be your first hour of work. And you know, Sabri Subi, one of my favorites. This is one of the best books of all time. I recommend 12-week year for December, January, if you want to dive into this, or if you get through this weekend, this can be second. But he teaches a method. He's great YouTube videos too, that like their first part of the day, what he teach all his salespeople, sales power hour. You have to start by pouring into your own business. If you're starting the day with reactivity, with emails, with whatever things, like you can't. It's just, you're gonna feel drained, you're gonna feel withdrawn. So what I'm saying is get excited to do the 3-10-10-3. Have the space to create a beautiful post. Okay. So let me show you some really fun ways to find people online. Okay, everybody ready?
Yes.
Okay. Facebook is just amazing. I really could tell you on and on and on about Facebook and even Instagram, about huge deals I've closed just from cold reach outs, responding to a post. Just do not underestimate the it is a lie you're going to believe if you think that it's bad energy. So I really want you to figure out whatever is going in your brain, that do not be negative about social media. Because how can you receive the fruit? It's like, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Seriously, I'm not going to bite this hand. I love this hand. I'm like, Facebook, I love you. So like, really, you need to be energetically like positive towards these things. They are your money makers. With that said, you better not be tied to them so tight that you don't have your list. So we're not talking about, you know, automate to dominate today. You guys have modules. Okay, so let's go in here. Okay, one is like, so I don't, the problem is I really don't like to record this. So I'm not going to record it.